Hello. Hey, what's up? This is Actors Daily Bread, episode 123. Today I'm talking about how to be your best on set. Stay tuned. So listen, as you guys pop on, I just got this ring light in the mail. Now you guys know I have a bunch of lights that I keep here in the house, but I bought a ring light to travel with. I have to go out of town tomorrow, Wednesday. And I've been meaning to get one, so you guys get to try this out with me. Let's bring this in a bit closer. So I have it on the yellow light. So let's see how we like it before I get into it. Let me adjust this a little bit. That's this yellow. That's bright. Hang on, guys, as you hop on. I'm talking about being your best on set, but I'm just playing with my new ring light. So let me also share this to my page. Hold on one second. I'm with you. Just hang on. Okay. Can I share this? I don't know if I can share it. Somebody, if you're watching, do me a favor. Hey, Latoya, do me a favor and share this to my page. Share this live to my page for me. Oh. So this is the ring light. So y'all can let me know how you like this light. So this is the yellow. You guys have been thinking about getting one. And let me turn on the, so I had the yellow all the way up. So now I'm going to turn on the white. I don't like that one. And I think maybe we can do a mix of the two. So this is a mix of the two. Hey, Marily. Let me know which one you guys like. I'm testing out this light. It is by, this is the company, Neweer. This is kind of like a knockoff. They have some more expensive brands, but I decided to try this one out with the stand. So yeah, thank you. I hope, Latoya, if you do that, somebody share this video to my personal page if you're friends with me, because I'm having trouble doing it. After this whole Facebook fiasco, I don't have access to my groups the same way using a lot of my streaming services. So I'd appreciate if somebody leave me a comment. Let me know that you did that. Let me know that you shared it, and I'm gonna get into the content. But you like the mix, Marily? So this is the mix of the little bit of yellow and a little bit of white. So if you're thinking about this ring light, this is the 14-inch. A lot of people get the 19-inch if you look on Amazon, but I wanted to be able to fit it in my my carry-on bag. Because lo and behold, as always, as soon as you book a flight somewhere or out of your place, something's going to come through, and I have to travel this week, and I was like, let me get this. I've been wanting to get it. So this is the mix of yellow and white. I'm not a fan of the huge fluorescent, and maybe it's just if I was doing like a makeup tutorial or something. That's a lot of yellow. Ooh, it is bright, guys. Okay, I'm just going to pick a color and get to the thing. I'm just going to leave it there. Hey, Dominique, Latoya. Thank you, Latoya. So today I want to talk about, what did I say I'm going to talk about? This turned into a ring light tutorial. I have my laptop here too, just so maybe I can see these things in real time. No, what is that doing? So I really wanted to talk about how to be your best on set. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Oh, okay. I put that down. I'm getting my life together, y'all. Hang with me. You know, I'm trying new things. I think I can make this a little taller. Make it a little taller. There we go. So this is an option. And I can kind of tilt it. There we go. So if you guys are thinking about this ring light, again, is a 14-inch Neweer brand. And hi, Mom. My mom, Valerie Horn, is in the mix. If you have a question, you want some dirt about me, ask her. Just joking. Don't ask my mother nothing. I was about to say, so this is the 14-inch. So this is much smaller. So if you're looking to travel, let me show you the bag too. I know that's not what I was supposed to be talking about, but since we're doing it, and a lot of you guys are going to ask me about this anyway, this is the bag that it came in. So it's not that big. So I think I don't know if I can fit this in my carry-on, but I can definitely get it in my check bag. So I would highly suggest it. This was like 80 It was like $80-ish. And I did I have Amazon Prime, so I got it next day. So there you go. Anyway, but let me get into what's up. Happy Monday to all my replay watchers who will watch this later. What's up, replay watchers? I'm Christine Horn. This is Actors Daily Bread, where I teach you how to crush your auditions, book more work, and live a life that you love. This live is happening exclusively in the Hollywood Bound Actors Facebook group. But feel free to share it because I'm having some technical difficulties. So I really would appreciate if you would share this broadcast. But for those of you who are new to me or new to my community, the Hollywood Bound Actors Group, welcome to this group. I'm so happy to have you here. And just so quick little background about me. I'm a theater baby. I come from Broadway, film. My husband is snoring so loud. He was calling the hogs a second ago. He'd be so mad that I'm saying this to you. Anyway, but yeah, so my background's in theater, right? So I made that transition from theater to film and television. And so my goal is to really teach you tools and tricks that I use to go from zero bookings, like zero, to being a booking magnet. So I create booking magnets. So if you want to be a booking magnet, stay tuned. And today I have so many auditions to do tonight. Like true fashion. I was just telling my mom, Valerie, a little while ago on the phone, like, of course I booked a trip. I bought plane tickets that were non-refundable and stuff. It's just crazy. And it made me think about just how to really be your best self, show up fully present and ready, when you're actually on set. You know, we talk about a lot of preparation, but when you actually get there, when you actually get on network shows versus a low budget indie film or a short film or something that has no budget, just maybe a web series that you're doing. Thank you for the love and the hearts. So how to really show up and be your best self. I want to share that with you today, if that's okay, on this wonderful Monday morning, because I feel something special happening. Some of y'all going to have some more bookings. Shout out to Tarnisha Small and Michael Gladden in the Hollywood Bound Actors Group, who have celebrated their recent bookings. Listen, you guys, if you have bookings that you're not sharing, start sharing. We want to celebrate you. You're not being braggadocious. This is not the space for that. We want to celebrate you and recognize you for the hard work that you're putting in. Dominique, to answer your question, yes, I'm in LA. And yes, you can Google the ring, but really, I will put the link of the ring that I bought in here. So let's dive in. And thank you for the hearts and the likes. So, and this could really be a multiple episode show. And it probably will be. But I want to just touch on a few things about just being fully ready. You guys have been working so hard. You know, I'm really great at helping people get their network credits. So you finally booked that network show on whatever network it is. And I have literally had friends that say, Christine, what am I supposed to do? Or you book a film. What am I supposed to do? Right? And I just want to touch on a few things. One is, number one, know your lines. And I know that sounds so easy, but in life, a lot of you I know are working full-time, if not part-time. You're trying to juggle things, family, friends, right? Other auditions, and then you get this job. Sometimes it's last minute. If you're anything like me, sometimes I may have taped the lines to the wall and I didn't really memorize it. Now all of a sudden I have this audition, I have this booking. So know your lines, and especially for television, because if I'm the guest actor, whether I'm the guest star or the co-star, I want to make sure that I'm not holding anybody up in the process. And so I want to make sure you are doing the same thing. We should not be holding anybody up, right? You see people, you know, in between cuts, camera changes, they're in their script. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me get my I just threw a bunch of lines away today with my little mini sides. And so as soon as I get my sides, when I get to my trailer, I'm highlighting them. I don't want to keep this in the camera too long. Y'all gonna be nosy and trying to pause and see what it is. But I highlight them. So I travel with my highlighter so that I get these new sides. Always check these new sides as soon as you get them, because there may have been some rewrites. Now, if it's not a comedy, the likelihood of them being rewritten before you arrive is smaller, but there will still be chances, high chances, that it could be a line or two that's changed if it's a drama. But just know, especially for comedy, these lines will change in a heartbeat, if not even when you get on set. So bring your highlighters, have them ready, know what you're, okay, make sure nothing has changed, right? And so I'll bring these to the makeup trailer, because what happens is you get there, let's say, hey, I'll use Ursula as an example. Ursula arrives, her call time is 7 a.m. Mind you, we're not pulling up at 7, right? We're not pulling up at 7, we're pulling up, Christine, likes to pull up at 6:30-ish, 6:40, the latest, so that I can settle, find my trailer. Where's the breakfast? Now, mind you, even if you show up at 7, they'll pull you into hair and makeup, and some lovely PA is going to say, hey, Christine, can I get you some breakfast? And I'll be like, yeah, I have some avocado and lettuce or whatever and some tea. But when am I really getting a chance to eat that? You're really not. Because what happens is if your call's at 7, you're in hair and makeup. Usually, it depends, makeup or hair. Either way, now the little thing on the call sheet says they want you on set at 8. So now it's 8 o'clock and you're pulled to set. Your food is cold. So I hate rushing. You should know that about me. And I want to pass that on to you. Like, I cannot stand being rushed in any way. So here's my second tip for you today, is to not stress out because others are. I need y'all to hear me on that one. Do not stress out because others are. Let me give you a prime example, because it will happen to you. It happens to me no matter what show I work on. I promise you. You're there early. If not, you're not on time, because to be on time is to be late. We already know that, right? So to be early is to be on time. So we're early. We're in our trailer. We got our tea, our OJ, had a little breakfast. Oh, hair, makeup, no problem. Cool, right? And then someone's like, knocking. I'm not going to knock because my dog will lose it. Someone's knocking on your trailer. Christine, yeah, we need you. Director needs you right now. The younger Christine, when I was new, and not just younger in age, but younger in doing this work professionally at this next level, the younger me was like, oh, okay. Oh, you okay? All right, I'll be right there, Putting on my clothes, right? The older me, the more seasoned me, knows that I've done what I need to do. So if you look on your call sheet, and it says, I can't share this with you guys, but if you look in your call sheet, there's a line that will say, when you go to hair and makeup, there's a line that says when you're expected to be on set, right? And so if you know you're supposed to be on set by 9 and it's 8 o'clock, many times I put on at least my costume top before I go to makeup, so that I don't have to put anything over my head or mess up the hair that they've already spent so much time making look amazing. But then once I'm done with that, if it says I'm scheduled to be on set at 9:15, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my costume. Now, if it doesn't say I'm not reporting to set until 2 p.m., I'm not putting on that costume. I will ask the ADs outside hey, can you give me a warning, a heads up, 15-minute warning to get dressed? I'm not about to sit in my costume all day, nor does costumes want you to, right? And get it all wrinkled. And so we have that communication. But listen, there's a way to not stress without being disrespectful. So they come knocking on your door. Hey, Tarnisha, and we need you. They want to pull you right now. They want to pull you 15 minutes early for rehearsal. If you happen to be drinking a cup of tea or about to use the bathroom, maybe a little anxious and you got to go to the bathroom, you politely say, okay, great. I'll be right out. I'm just going to use the restroom and get together, and I'll be out in just a moment. The old me rushed and would stop everything I was doing. Now I'm taking that rushed energy onto set. I'm feeling frazzled because I needed to go to the bathroom, or I needed to just eat that last bite or put my shoe on. And I don't do that no more. And if there's a big piece of advice that I could really give you, no matter where you are, whether you have 2 lines or, you're the whole episode, is to not let that stress get passed on to you. It's like at your day job or your night job. You have maybe a manager who's frazzled and stressed out, and they try to pass it down. Like, it all starts from the top. And so someone might be yelling in someone's ear, rushing, but you don't have to take that on. And the reason why I keep saying that is you don't have to take it is because it's going to affect your performance. Oh my God, can you not hear that snoring? Hold on. Okay. Hey, hey. Yeah, I just can't. I'm like, y'all know, I cannot. I just can't. I cannot. The hogs have been called. Okay. He's off today, so he's tired. Anywho, so that's my point about that. Does that make sense? Give me some hearts and some thumbs up. Ursula, don't laugh at me too bad. I cannot. I cannot. So, my third tip for you today, I have 4. My third tip for you today is not to pull other people outside of their process. And so here's what I mean. You're the guest actor, right? And even if you're not the guest actor, for this case, you're the co-star or the guest star. You're excited to be there. You're excited to work with people you've been watching for a long time. You may have scenes, like a direct scene with somebody. Just be very aware. I like to kind of sit back, be in my process, stay ready, make sure I got my lines and all that, but really, y'all, if you can't, for those of you who will watch this later, Marili has literal, like, little piglets, hogs. Yes, girl, he was calling the hogs. Oh my gosh. I love my husband though, but yeah. Don't pull other people out of their element, out of their process. Because sometimes you'll do work on a show or a movie and it's somebody's process to joke a lot. And that's fine if they invite you into that joking and you guys have this little camaraderie thing. But sometimes that might be your process and not their process. And so it becomes this thing like, I worked on a project recently. I'm going to be careful with that. I worked on a project and that happened to me. I'll say that. Someone was just doing the most. And I just had to find my zen and my chi so that I would be ready for camera. Because at the end of the day, people are going to do stuff. People are going to talk to you. You got makeup, you got hair, you got people trying to kiki and pass the time. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for what you bring on that camera. And that's how people get called divas and all this stuff. Look, I'm not a diva by any means. However, I know what I need to do my job. And each of you you're warranted, and it's okay to know what you need. If you need to not talk before it's your close-up, honey, go somewhere into a corner or tell somebody, tell the AD or someone, hey, if you're looking for me, I'm just right here. I don't really want to be bothered. I really am trying to focus on this. And people will respect that. I remember shooting this movie years ago, 999 with Chiwetel Ejiofor, and honey, he stayed in his focus. Nobody was pulling him out of that, and I respected it. And it really worked for our scene, because if you haven't seen the movie, as soon as, he shoots me and tasers me and he drags me and throws me all over the place. And our relationship was never meant to be this positive one. And so we really didn't do a lot of talking. And the next day, we started the next day of shooting with me crying and screaming and yelling at him and, makeup, they were like, hey, how you doing? Listen. And I'm like, I cannot talk right now. And I'm not trying to offend you. And I'm not trying to be I need silence. I need to not be bothered. Only speak to me if it's imperative. But as long as you relay that message to your AD on set, it's going to be okay. Because I think as actors, we get caught up. We want to be liked and I hope nobody takes it the wrong way. Look, I have to show up, because once that camera comes on and I'm not there where I need to be, no one's going to be like, oh, well, maybe the makeup artist or the stand-in or maybe, the other actors were talking to Dawn too much. And that's why she couldn't, do what she needed to do at the level she needed to do it. No one's going to care. No one's going to make an excuse for you. So stand in your power and get exactly what you need. So if that means stepping away, stepping into a corner, I'm the queen of putting the headphone on, honey. Don't have to be no music playing. Just headphone is a universal sign Don't bother me. Oh, I can't hear you. You know, so if you don't want to be, if you think it's rude to do the other stuff I said, just put some headphones in and that should solve your problem. My last tip for today, I think I will keep building on this because there are so many things we can do to be our best selves on set, is to be a sponge. That's my fourth tip for you today. Denise says, great information. Preparation is so true. Stand in your power and get what you need. Absolutely. Dawn says, focus is necessary. Absolutely necessary. Because no one's going to make an excuse for you. So on that note, my last tip for you tonight is to be a sponge. Soak up everything. I watch everything when I'm on set, whether it's a film or a movie. And especially looking at people whose career I admire and whose trajectory, I'm like, oh, I like where their career is going and I admire it. I want to emulate it or maybe have some of those same successes. So I'm being a sponge, not in this creepy way, but like, wow, seeing how they interact with someone, seeing how they interact with the rest of the, people. That's something I definitely picked up in my years of, just like a lot of you, I started out, being an extra. I used to do extra work. I used to do one line, no lines. And I would always peep how people would deal with me. It's hard being an extra. People don't realize that, you get treated like crap a lot of times by a lot of productions. People treat you like you were a kindergartner, right? Like, you're like, I'm a grown person with feelings. And so I really admire performers and professional people who take the time to introduce themselves, make jokes, get to, make small talk, like get to know people around you, learn people's names. Like that is something I do. And especially if I'm recurring on a show, I try to remember a few names each time. Or if I'm the lead in something, I want to make sure I make everybody feel welcome and know that we're in this together, because I need these extras to be my support system. When we shot Timeless, you guys know that'll be coming up soon. I can't wait for it to come on and let you guys see it. I can't talk much about it, but when I shot Timeless and playing Harriet Tubman was a huge, huge honor. But with that came a lot of soldiers and came a lot of kids and actors playing slaves and people I needed to stay encouraged throughout our late night shoots. So without me being a sponge before and watching, some big names be warm and welcoming, that would not have been passed on. So I got to really see that. So soak it all in. See how people deal with not memorizing their lines. See how people deal with stress, because you can learn equally what you would like to do or what you don't want to do. We've all seen people who like, oh my God, they were a jerk. I used to like that person and I did a show with them and they were really not nice. I don't want anybody saying that about me. Now, you may not know everything that happens. Like, you may have come late when I was saying I didn't need to be bothered before my dramatic scene, and you may take that the wrong way, but I know in my heart. And as long as you can go to bed at night knowing that your intention is not to offend people, but to be inclusive, then that's all you have, right? That's all you know and God knows, right? So those are my tips to you tonight, and I hope you enjoyed that. Please hit the like button. Give me some hearts. You may share this with one actor. Again, this was exclusively in the Hollywood Bound group tonight, but I did want to share it. Facebook with all these changes is having a hard time sharing into the group. So that is what's happening. Denise says, respect everyone. Show yourself friendly. Absolutely. Hey, Anita. Hey, Tanika. Thank you for watching. So yeah, that is what I have for you today. I have to get to studying. If you have a question, especially here in this group, in our private Hollywood Bound Actors group, please leave your question with the hashtag question. Because what happens is once a month, my team goes through and compiles all of those into a document for me so that I can go back and answer your questions. And also it helps the rest of the members here to scroll through the questions, because a lot of you ask the same questions over and over again. And before I wrap, I have one last piece of something for you. A lot of you, either new to the group or new to me, will often, thank you, Ernest. Ernest says great advice. Thank you. A lot of you will email me privately or ask in the group when you first join, hey, Christine, how can I take my career to the next level? Right? If that's you, raise your hand. I got that email twice today. How can I take my career to the next level? And my answer to that question is this: I don't know what you mean. What Denise's next level is different from Ernest's. That's hard, Ernest. How do I make your name plural? Ernest's next level, right? Tarnisha's next level is different from my next level. So when you're especially new to this group, just know that also for everyone watching, please don't, and I say this with all love, please don't beat up my inbox. If you have a question and you're in the Hollywood Bound Actors group, ask the question publicly with a hashtag question, and I promise I will get to it, but I need everyone to get the answer, because that's why we're here. We're here to help each other, because a lot of people may have the same exact question that you have, but I don't know what that means. Your next level is specific to you, and I want to help you, but I think what happens is that I'm going to let you have this as food for thought. I think for a lot of you, you don't know what that next level really looks like. So I want to challenge you tonight as you go to sleep to think about what is your next level. I was talking to one of my clients, shout out to Arisha Connor, and she's working on a play, and we were talking about maybe her next level is to stop the theater, is to really focus 100% on film and TV, because doing theater and trying to balance theater with film and TV will always conflict. So that's her next level. Mia says, I want to book more episodes in feature films. Okay, but just also know, Mia, for those of you who want to do both, crafting your path and your plan to booking more TV is a different path and plan than booking more films. And then what kind of films, right? What kind of features? Indie features, blockbuster features, like get very specific. And to be honest, this is the stuff that I really do teach and break down in my Booking Magnet Academy. A lot of you have been watching me and have some hesitation on that. Not sure why, but this is the stuff that we really break down. And you don't have to be at some high status to get something out of this group. Every week I teach you, I coach you on marketing, audition technique, acting technique, and mindset, because that's, as a lot of you know, this is what's holding a lot of you up from getting to your next level. Without me even talking to each and every one of you, there's some blocks up here that are preventing you from doing what it is you want to do. And so if you do want help, some hand holding plus a different community, click the link above for the Booking Magnet Academy. You can find out more. Tafrina says, definitely moving out of so much theater, specifically musical theater, into indies and television work. Awesome. Because it's a different beast, Ms. Wade. And as we know from doing Lion King, it's a whole different beast. And once you master the new trajectory of where you're trying to go, then things will start to change. We can't be every man. I'm going to go, but I just want to really leave you with this. It's so tempting. And trust me, living in LA, it's tempting. I want to be a voiceover artist. I want to do commercials. I want to do feature films. I want to do indies. I want to do sitcoms and network television, dramas, right? It's so tempting to say that. And that's awesome to hold it as a goal and to check things off. However, you have to get at least very specific for a certain amount of time. There's that book called The One Thing. I would encourage some of you to read it. Really just, if you just took the time to focus 6 to 8 months on one thing, on being a beast at TV auditions and getting that co-star, that guest star, and really honing on who it is that you are, what types of role that you play, instead of trying to do a little bit of that, and then I'm going to audition for this Broadway show and this regional theater, and that's pulling you, and it takes different pieces of your brain energy and your muscle as an actor. I taught about this last week. If you're new to the group, look at that old training. I hit the videos button and you'll see that training I did. But they require different skill sets, different parts of you. You can be equally talented on both fronts, but it's that, what am I actually working on right now? And so I'm going to thank you for the love and the hearts, but it's hard. Because I know for a lot of you, and I'm speaking from experience, y'all. A lot of you are, thank you for sharing that, Denise. The book is called That One Thing. A lot of you are really trying to juggle just living day to day with doing this. And I have to quote, Michael Beckwith, who says, it's totally paraphrasing too, but it's hard to focus on being the light It's hard to focus on being the light when you're worried about your light bill. And so for a lot of you, you're worried about these other things outside of your life, and it takes away from just fully being creative here. And I'm also going to speak to some of you, and you guys are just always on my heart, because I'm speaking to some of you who are not in the prime locations, who are outside of Atlanta or New York or LA. And some of you feel stuck and frustrated because you are not getting access to the things you want to get access to. But let me say this, all is not lost just because you live in a certain part of town. I want you to remember you have to do the work of connecting, putting yourself out there. This internet is huge. I want you guys to take this in, and I'm going to go. I keep saying I'm going to go because I got to study. But you guys would not even be here right now if I didn't step up into my purpose, into my truth, to present myself to you, regardless of what I think you think about my wig today or my makeup or my lipstick. I just know that I have to show up for me. And I'll be totally honest with you. I know all this energy I give to you comes back to me because I believe that we are just in this universe that is just abundant. So there's nothing about this career or this path that I'm on that I feel like I have to hold on to. None of this is mine. Just like none of it is yours. We are parts of this. So I have no problem giving to you guys because it's not mine to get. Like, it's just not mine. Right? Dominique says she liked my wig. Thank you, girl. But I'm going to challenge you. Don't, especially for those of you who are not in these major markets. And I really have a special place in my heart for you because, and you know I do, because I even left Atlanta where it's popping to get to my next level out here. Know that you have this phone, you have your camera, you have your internet. If you go back and watch the beginning of this, for those of you who came on late, I did this whole review of this new ring light I'm using tonight. You have resources and you can start wherever you are. My first self-tapes, my first things were crap, man. They were horrible. Horrible. Just so you know, in case you're new to me, like, oh, Christine, no. Chase Paris, I always joke with him. Chase Paris, he's part of Feldstein Paris Casting. They cast Stranger Things, Atlanta, all those stuff. They are rulers of the Southeast now. Chase used to be my agent at Houghton Talent many years ago in Atlanta. And I remember when self-tapes became a thing, I got up the road with The Lion King and I was back in Atlanta, starting over. That's a whole sidebar story. And I remember I submitted a tape to him because I didn't have an HD camera. I didn't have no lights. I was restarting my life in my mother's basement. Oh my God. Y'all don't know I have a testimony. And I remember sending him this tape. There were shadows behind me. It was dark. And Chase said to me, and many of you have worked with him if you're in Atlanta, he said, Christine, I cannot send this tape forward. It is horrible. It's horrible. He said, I can't put my name on it. I can't put my name on this tape. And I appreciate it. It hurt my feelings, but he was right. This tape was crap. And I had to just step up. But I'm sharing that bad story with you so that you know in time, each gig, okay, I get a new light. Okay, the next gig, I did that commercial, I did that industrial. I'm going to get these new headshots. Okay, the next gig, I'm going to get this new whatever. I'm going to get this new shirt that makes it get this new wig. Bit by bit by bit, you will keep getting closer. You have to stay focused on that big dream. Do not let your location beat you down. Because there's tons of people living in LA, in New York, in Atlanta who ain't doing nothing for themselves. And they live in regret. And I don't want that for you. But y'all, I gotta go. I literally have 14 pages to memorize that just came in a couple hours ago that is due in the morning. So I'm going to go wake this husband up who is still, if I play this video back and I hear some snoring, oh, he gonna get it. He gonna get it. Because the dog is out there snoring with him too. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. If you found this helpful, thank you, Ernest. I will study hard. If you found this helpful, just give me some likes and, share it with one person who would appreciate this. Remember, this isn't yours to keep either. So don't be selfish. Just as I am not selfish, I give it away. I want you to give it away at least to one person. All right, if you've left a comment and I see some coming in now, I will pop in when I need to take a little mind break, and I'll come in and do some responses to your questions. Have an amazing night. This is Actors Daily Bread. See you soon. Bye.